It's getting late. I just wanted to show off a project I've been working on here. This is a flower field I made for my wife Allie. This is foliage instances here. I wanted to procedural generate them. I'll probably do that here soon. But for now, I had a lot of different things to focus on, a lot of learning to do. If I hit play here, you'll see a bunch of butterflies spawn in. Cute. Oh, I also made a player character with movements. So you can see butterflies all over the place, different image textures. They face the direction they need to go. Eventually I'd like to implement a feature where you can catch these, and maybe I'll have like a main base or a greenhouse over here where you can find your favorite plants, catch your butterflies, breed them together. I'd like to introduce different components to them too. They all have the same body right now. They have about 4 wing textures. Just handmade. They're definitely it's not artwork, that's for sure. I'm no artist. But okay, let me get up to one here and pause this for you. So I'm just using the UE5 base level right now. I've worked on a procedural generation tool for terrain, but it's really far off from where it needs to be used in something like this. I haven't even measured what it does for performance. I wrote all the scripts for these butterflies, wrote all the movement and things like that. And the harder things I did was get them to face the direction they're moving. It took me forever to figure out that the A10-2 has 2 different libraries, and one only gives you radians, which is okay because I can convert. Yeah, a lot of work went into it. Just play here for a little longer, just in case my wife wants to see it on Christmas. Doesn't want to wait to get home to see the project. There's about 820 butterflies right now. They're randomly spawned in the world. They have random movement. I've set some limiting factors. They won't go above like 500 centimeters high and 10 centimeters low. They all have speed variables. Actually, I can show you now that I think about it. So you can see this is the movement modifiers, all these different directions they're moving, the ticks till they turn, their speed variable. This is randomly generated, so you'll have faster butterflies and slower butterflies. Yaw modifier and slope, that's where they're going and where I need to position their yaw in order to make them face the right direction. All custom made skeletal meshes. Here's the movement values of these things. There's a skeletal mesh. I have the body component set separately. I ran out of time, but I wanted to make different body textures too. That way you could have an exponentially increasing amount of butterfly variants instead of just like 4 different textures. Right now they're just randomly spawned textures. If I can find that here. But yeah, they're just randomly spawned textures. Right now I have them all set to hold a value of what they are. I could make this static, but I think what I want to do in the future is just make a blueprint with this T-array and add elements to that blueprint that are material instances, and then have the thing choose between the length of that array, what instances they are. That way it's a little more modular, and I've come to feel like I started really just wanting to work only in C++, and then UE5 kind of makes you work in a blueprint sometimes, even if it's just like setting animations and things like that. I noticed that lightweight instances, that was a big thing. The reason I couldn't do the procedural initially is because I can't convert these meshes of flowers to lightweight instances or foliage instances without the right tool, and that tool can only be made through Blueprint right now. At least you can only set its static mesh through Blueprint. That's okay. It's probably something I should learn anyway, but just a bit of a pain. Here, we'll head back to these sunflowers so you can see them. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to make like a greenhouse here. I'd like you to be able to, and the reason for the lightweight instances, I'd like you to be able to pick up these plants, and I mean, in the far future, procedural plants are something that I've always wanted to work with too. But pick up these plants to be able to use them, and maybe replant them in your greenhouse. I want these butterflies to find certain plants and be able to land on their flowers, like the monarch right there. I might try to land on this flower and drink nectar out of it. Might have a preferred food value. That could play into breeding if you wanted it to. Yeah, so that's the project I've been working on. This is the progress I've made. I've only ever done one other small scale project in UE5. It was an entity simulation that does kind of a natural selection simulation, I suppose, involving a square. But this one's definitely a lot cooler. I like the graphics a lot more. Butterflies are cool. Personally animated the flapping animation. I need to make landing animations and things like that still. Perhaps character arms or something to be able to move around with. So, yeah. I'll just walk you around here for a minute and show off these things. Try to get one of each texture. Which ones did I miss? Was it blue or purple? I think it's purple. So yeah, if you see this before Christmas, don't tell my wife. Pretty sure she probably figured this out. It took a lot of hours to make this, but either way, just don't ruin the surprise. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.